What's up guys, Trevor here from G&G. I'm here with Creed, who recently went to Atlanta, Georgia for a regional. He played U7 Frieza, but I'm going to hand it off to him.
Alright guys, I came into the meta with U7 Frieza. On the backside, the Golden Frieza, the Final Assailant. To be honest, picked the deck, figured that most of the format's going to be very slow, and it'll give me an edge. Winning when your opponent's at 8 life, 7 life, and they can't super combo or do other things to stop you feels pretty good. So one of the clutch cards on the deck so far, Objection. It lets you go from turn 2 to turn 5 a lot faster, skipping turns, especially in a deck that, as you'll see, doesn't do a lot in the early turns. It's real important. Next, it's going to be Senzu Bean. Played 4. Pretty self-explanatory, untapping, protecting yourself from the storm deck, along with giving you extra turns to dig with it. Pretty good. Next, Universe 7 Representatives. Played it for twofold. First, lets you search for Gokus. Second, when you don't need it, pitch it to Frieza, draw 2 cards. Next is going to be Flying Nimbus. Card saves you in every matchup. You play nothing but 10k combos, so you're not going to combo out of most things. Being able to limit the amount of attacks and the amount of life you take every game is pretty important. Next, for Crusher Ball, it's a pseudo negate. If the threat has to come out of their hand, comes into play tap. Don't worry about it that turn. Hopefully you find something to deal with it, either by attacking with your leader or just going off on the combo. Master Roshi's for negates. An inclusion I tried at the last minute. Time's Choice. It lets you dig. It gives you another opportunity to dig. It gives you a 5k combo on the board if you need to attack with your leader or with Goku. And it also lets you just attack your opponent's battle cards while they're tapped. You know, Scientist Field, draw 2 cards, Double Striker, let you close out the game on things when you don't have Big Goku. Super Combo, pretty self-explanatory. We played 4 copies of Frieza. Reason being, a lot of decks have blockers. You can't beat those. Like, we don't play any real removal in the deck outside of Frieza on this side, and even that's real soft. It'll just tap a blocker. If they have barrier and blocker, it's stuck. Frieza allow you to tap them through the barrier. Real important. Next is Frieza, Emperor of Universe 7. An all-star in the deck. Throughout the weekend, played him kind of regularly. His ability to make their super combos, make them take life, real important when you're behind. He has a triple strike. And just all in all, at the very worst, he's a yellow card that you can pitch to Frieza and Nimbus. Next is the Goku package. So first we played 3 of this Goku. The full power Spirit Bomb Goku. Uses effect. Take 2 cards from your life. Gain 10k. Real important when you're going up the chain on Gokus. He has Double Strike himself. And he lets you untap your energy and draw a card. So on turn 5, if you haven't awakened with the Frieza yet, you play him, untap 1, make yourself into awaken range, awaken, untap 2 energies, and the combo set. As long as you have the other Gokus that you need, it's all good from there. Played 1 copy of Last One Standing Son Goku. I went with a 3-1 split because being able to kill Gaboras and other problematic blockers pretty important when you don't hit these other Gokus, or if they just have so many of them. And he also allows you to enable the chain up the ladder. For these Gokus, pretty self-explanatory. He has triple attack critical. If you break the combo, he's still just a big finisher by himself. The I win the game Goku. I can't tell you the amount of times where I've killed somebody on 7 life and they have a handful of super combos that don't work. That's pretty much the main board. I do have some sideboard options. I would have changed a couple things in the deck. I actually would have went up my Goku count and went down my Frieza, so I'd have played 6 Goku and 2 Frieza. Sometimes I found myself having to go, okay, can I finish the combo? How many Gokus I have left? And doing it with 4 was kind of tight. 6 Gokus probably would have been a better call. But I was expecting more mono blue and barrier type of deck, so I went on the 4 Frieza plan. Not to say that Frieza probably couldn't have just ended up in the sideboard in hindsight, but that's something I would have changed. I'm gonna move this out of the way, grab the sideboard for you. Mafuba really is just there for Vegito. Having to attack through Vegito and give your opponents more chances to stay alive is miserable. So trying to avoid it at all costs. It also takes care of their big attackers that sometimes you may not be able to deal with. Cronoa for Shagash. Going into it, people might have been tempted to play Veggies. You're not going to beat Veggies if they swarm you. It's just not going to happen. Making them play fair with you, or at least fair-ish, is pretty important. Mass Saiyans is for the World Tournament decks. Being able to clear a lot of their little guys off the board is pretty good. Also versus Storm, fantastic, killing Gotenks. It's real important to try to stem the time of the damage. Last but not least, Bad Ring Blazer, real important, but you can't quite play it main board because against some decks it doesn't do anything, but it stops your opponent's Mafubas, which can hit the Goku. Other than that, those were the relevant cards on the sideboard. Everything else just kind of was one of the things that didn't end up mattering. You could also play Banisher Fools if you needed to, but it wasn't necessary. Most of the time, I'd rather just play the Mass Saiyan, so it just ended up being a card I never boarded in.
Alrighty, so what was your final record?
So my final record for the day was 6-2. My 2 losses being to Storm, which is our deck's worst matchup, and one to a Pan deck where the player was very good, and I talked to him afterwards. It turns out that his teammate plays the U7 deck, so he knew that he had to rush me and attack me and make it so in order for me to stay alive, I had to awaken. That's one of the weaknesses of the deck. If you have to awaken before you're ready to start the chain, your deck gets a little bit worse. And so trying to stay on the front side as long as possible, especially so you gain 4 draws and that tap 2 energy, is real important. Most other Pan decks I played that day played very defensive early, and the one thing you're not going to do with this deck is out-dirtle it. On a side note, I did play Peter Katani round 3 playing Hercule. That match is super scary. Definitely have to keep in mind that Xeno Button's a real card and will allow your opponents to out-combo you. I don't know how popular Hercule is going to be later on, so I may adjust the sideboard to make it a little more discard heavy, to at least make it so they don't have such a big hand. Like, we were ending turns and he would have 10 to 15 cards in his hand. And when you go into the combo, your guy's pretty big, but even for 15, super combos and things will let you boost up. So you have to worry about that going forward, which is why you kind of want to stick a Frieza in that matchup. But for the most part, the Storm deck was just miserable. He's attacking 4 to 6 times every turn, even with Senzu Bean. Now they're playing Bardock because Flute got restricted. The double striking Bardock, if you don't have Nimbus negate or Crusher Ball negate, it's just not gonna work out.
Alrighty, well, what place did you end up placing?
I ended up placing 11th.
11th? That is pretty awesome. Alright, well, do you have anything else for us?
If you play this deck, now that the cat's out of the bag that you can't dirtle, be prepared to play more Battering Laser. I might even suggest playing a copy of it in the main board just to get the random Mafuba out of the way. But outside of that, it was fun. Turned a lot of people salty, but outside of that, I had a great time. I had some great games.
Well, congratulations on doing so well. If you guys have any questions for us or Creed, please let us know down below. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Peace.